Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Meet Me in Napa. It's your guy here, Jeremy, and I'm just so glad that you're joining me again. I have a special guest here today, and I say that about all my guests, but I really mean it this time, okay? No offense to the other guys, all right? No offense to anybody else. Miss Fearon DeWeese,
yes.
And she is part of co-founder of the Napa Valley StreamFest.
Yes.
And I'm going to let her deep dive into what that is, what it means, what's going to happen. There's some exciting things happening in the Napa Valley, and I'm just so glad that she took time out of her precious day schedule to just come sit down and talk about it. So dive in. Tell us about who you are and what the StreamFest and all that.
Thank you for having me here today. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we are so excited. StreamFest, it's coming fast. Let's just say that. It's April 24th through 27th in downtown Napa here. It's a 4-day experience. Kind of the backstory to start there first with what StreamFest is and why we're doing it. I worked here for 8 years with Napa Valley Film Festival. I was a director at the film festival and went on from there to work for Mill Valley Film Festival and then Sundance. I left to kind of start my own production company. Truly, I've always wanted to be in film. That's really my passion. Why you start? Everybody starts working at a film festival. It's just because you love film and you want to be a filmmaker. So for me, I've always wanted to direct. Taking my knowledge from directing and producing films and events for over 20 years, events and festivals, and putting that towards directing, a film, was something that I was passionate about. We launched. I say we, my business partner, Juliana Folk, who's also the co-founder of StreamFest. We launched Ashello Productions, which was our production company. We shot a 30-minute proof of concept pilot episode for our TV series called Uncredited, which we shot here in Napa.
Okay.
We shot at Lincoln up in Yountville, which we took out on the festival circuit. It's a short or 30-minute proof of concept for our TV show, loosely based on my life behind the scenes of running a film festival while going through IVF and my journey to motherhood. And so we took that, shot it, took it out on the festival circuit.
Wait, hold on. We don't want to just skip over that. We don't want to hit IVF, journey to motherhood while running film festivals.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what our show is about. We're still out pitching.
So you're not like a Kate plus 8, are you? Or how many?
Just one.
Just one? Oh, okay.
I have one beautiful daughter, Ella May. She's 6 years old now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was, it's stressful. That's a bigger story about that, as far as a lot of women are going through that these days. And there's not a lot of shows. There's more now, but there's still not a lot that represent what that's like going through the IVF and still trying to juggle the emotions and hormones while working in a very high-paced, stressful situation as running a film festival.
Yeah. And
it's funny because a lot of people watch our show and then are like, wait, why do you want to go do this again?
Right.
Why do you want to create and build your own festival now? And after taking it out on the festival circuit, having a 30-minute proof of concept, it didn't fit into the Sundances and the traditional film festivals because it's 30 minutes. So it's not a short film that's a 5-minute. It's not a feature length because it's not long enough. And so there wasn't a market for that. And then you have the TV festivals and they're like, oh, well, we're working with Netflix and Amazon and we have these big name shows.
Yeah.
You're like, well, what about our indie pilot that we just made? And it's hard. And so we're one of a lot of people making cool content right now. And there's YouTube videos. There's amazing artists on TikToks. There's people making movies now that are like parts on TikTok. I see
a lot of dope stuff on TikTok.
All this new way of that we're consuming content. And I think just the creativity that really sparked when COVID hit, I think we all needed that creativity. So there were so many people who dove into new mediums. And now these festivals are all very still traditional format of a film festival, a TV festival. And now we're like, okay, how can we create a festival that really incorporates all the things that we consume? Like we wake up in the morning, we're scrolling on TikTok, we're watching our girls.
I think I Instagram before I pray.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's what we do in today's world. We're watching those videos on TikTok. We're listening to podcasts. I don't listen to podcasts probably as much as I watch podcasts. Like I love to watch the YouTube videos. I still love podcasts. And then, we're watching YouTube videos. We're watching short films. We get home, we watch our reality shows. Like there's so much great content in cooking and the drama and the fun. And then I really only watch a feature-length film on like a Friday or Saturday night when you go to sit down.
Yeah.
That's how we consume
And I fall asleep on most of those because it's like I'm laid on the couch.
You're tired. But, so how do we build a festival that mimics just that, right? It's just the way we consume content and the way that we have so many things. And, one of the hardest parts about marketing a film festival is it's a lot of independent artists. You maybe have one or two big names and you're not getting those till like a month or two before the festival. But people invest because they know the model of what a film festival is, right? It's like, oh, they're going to have these great indie artists. I'm going to see all this new movies and new content. And with us, it's the same thing. It's just now we're incorporating more mediums to it. And for us, we could say, great, here's this really cool podcast. And it already has a following of, 2.8 million people who listen to that podcast. And now incorporating them in and then adding these artists into it is like a really great platform for them. We also have like incredible TikTok stars that are opening. And I always say, like, you don't need to know who they are, just like you don't need to know who the independent artist is. You're going to a film festival.
Right.
You're discovering them. They're on stage. They're funny. You can now follow them and be part of their everyday posting. And in that, where an indie artist might not come out with their next project for, another couple years. And then giving them that big platform on top of a big stage like Uptown Theater. So for us, launching this was very fun to bring back to Napa. It's an amazing community here and we love it. And all of my old partners and friends from, Napa Valley Film Festival world welcomed us back, and creating a new model, right? That's what is hard to explain if you've been to a film festival.
I want to kind of touch on that. I was going to say, which is interesting, that before I moved out here, I went to one. So my buddy, who actually I work with now, he called me and he was like, hey, there's a film festival. We went up to St. Helena and we went to the theater there. And I saw like there was all these they played like 3 or 4 short films and it was such an amazing thing. And I tried to get back to it. I think I went to one more since then. But so I understand what you're talking about, like as far as film festival, because it was a whole weekend. You have different events and all these things going on. With your knowledge and expertise behind the scenes, what challenges did you face that were different? Because this is a new thing, right? And my other question is this the first of its kind anywhere? Or are there other models out there?
It's the first of its kind in the sense of the way that we are curating it on the stage.
Okay.
So it is the first of its kind, which we're excited about. So explaining how that works and how that does, because if you've been to a traditional film festival, you stand in line.
Yeah.
Then you go in and watch one thing, or it's a block of shorts.
Yeah, it's a block of shorts.
Then you got to come out. You have to go get in a car, get on a bus, go to another location, stand in line again, walk in, go and see one more film. You're only getting 3 or 4 content or programming throughout that day because you're standing in line a lot. So this whole new model that we have is basically taking what we love to do at home, which is binge watch stuff, and bringing it together into a theater, because we all still need human connection, which is part of our problem in this world right now.
Yes.
We all still need to be in one room together to laugh and feel that energy of 800 people being like, did you see that? Oh my God, that was amazing. Or like talk about this art and giving, that like coming together to celebrate all these amazing content creators, filmmakers, artists who are at the end of the day storytellers, right?
Yes.
You're on a podcast, you're telling story. We're telling stories right now.
Right.
You are a TikTok, you're telling your story of your life. You're doing a YouTube video. It's all stories. And that's really, at the end of the day, you don't have to know what a TikTok is, or I don't listen to podcasts. It's about coming together to support storytellers. And, there is a wide range of age here in Napa, and there's the younger generation, the older generations. I'm a Gen Xer, so we all have our favorite type of platforms that we love.
Yeah.
And so I think there's just been this stigma so far in Napa of like, oh, StreamFest, well, I don't really understand what that is.
Right.
And so that's what we're trying to break down that barrier.
So question, what I don't know you, right?
Right.
Say I never talked to you, never met you, right? I see StreamFest, I buy a ticket. What am I going to experience?
Okay.
What is my experience going to be like?
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be epic.
Okay. Okay.
So we have the 4-day pass, which is kind of the VIP level. It includes all 4 days. So starting on Thursday, we are at Feast It Forward, which is a great partner of ours. You get there at 4, you're having a glass of wine, you're getting some small bites. We have a panel discussion then on stage with some of our incredible NBA players. It's a Pass the Mic panel with Fearon DeWeese is confirmed right now. And we have a couple others that we're bringing on with
Warriors,
him as
baby.
well. Yes. Love you, Fearon. And so that'll be a fun kind of conversation on from NBA to now podcasting. We then have our Social Impact Award that night, which we are still working on the talent for that, but that'll be a fun conversation on stage when we present them with the Social Impact Award. From there, we're going over to the Barn, which is this really cool new venue in downtown, part of the Napa Valley Car Club. Those guys are killing it over there. It's so fun.
They have some nice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So we're excited to really kick off that. There may or may not be a surprise pop-up DJ from Fearon, but we'll see.
Okay.
And some fun stuff going on there. So that'll be Thursday night. That's included in the 4-day pass. And then on Friday and Saturday is our main programming at Uptown Theater. It'll be really fun. There's 800 seats in there, so we're sold out at 800. That's it.
Okay.
We have taken over the parking lot behind Uptown, which has never been done before.
Yeah.
So the post office has been closed down for years, and we have taken over the parking lot back there to really build out.
Oh, the post office building.
Yeah.
Okay.
The post office.
I was thinking of the one by the church, across the street from the church. Okay.
Never been done before. So we're going to be kind of creating this really fun space back there. We've got some great alcohol brands like Half Shell Vodka that's coming in, and some of our local partners as well too. And then that is a fun binge watch session. 800 people, all feeling great in this theater, from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
And they're gonna be, so when they're there, I'm gonna be watching different like TikTok and YouTube, like different creators.
So the morning
videos.
session is 10 to 1, and it's not just video, it's them in person on stage.
Okay.
So from 10 to 1, our morning session, that's Friday, we have Adam Rose, really funny content creator, blue sweater guy that you've probably seen on your social channels. He will be playing some of his videos, and then he's going to come out on stage and do an on-stage conversation on how he started his content creation. He was an amazing actor turned content creator, and a little, behind the scenes of how he does his stuff. And then from there, we have a live podcast. We have Was I in a Cult, which is an amazing, really funny and great podcast that will be live on stage, and they're kind of doing this really fun video screen plus on stage conversation. So it'll be, a little bit of both. And then we have some drama, shorts, films, a couple episodic shows that we're playing. So the programming side of that will be announced in March.
And are there going to still be traditional short films in it, or is it just okay? So it's still going to have
a little bit of everything.
It's still going to have the traditional
film festival side with some activations on stage. So you're having the live performances as well too.
Okay.
And then we break, because for us, if you've ever been to a film festival too, you either are never have time to eat.
Yeah.
You're starving all the time, which makes you hangry, and we don't like hangry people at all. And so we wanted to really support this community, especially with downtown, and building out a 2.5-hour break. So you come out of the theater, you just binge watch some great stuff. Now you can say, hey, you want to go grab coffee? Like, you have something to talk about, because you as a community just watched all of these amazing things, and now let's go grab some lunch and talk about what we just saw and experience downtown, go wine tasting, eat some good food, come back at 3:30. Then we start our PM session, our PM binge, and we have some more, we have a lot more short films. Then we have a pilot episode we're airing. We are excited to announce that we will be world premiering Sam Jones's The Talent Show, which is a new episodic show that he is releasing. Okay. So we're excited for that. And then we go into our feature film that evening. It looks like we have Jay Duplass's new feature film, Bull Dozen, which is just a amazing film. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Interesting.
And then
is that a full length or is that a short
it's
film?
A full length.
It's a full length.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go into the evening time. That ends at 8:30. And then we come outside for our block party on Friday night. So that will be kind of in that parking lot area. Okay. We have a lot of great community members on board for that too, to kind of night cap the end of our party to say, hey, they have a DJ going on down here. SoFi District's killing it with their, Friday night stuff that they have going on too. So we really hope to like populate the downtown with a bunch of guests.
I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited hearing about it. I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
that's like,
no, seriously. Like it sounds very innovative.
Yes.
And especially to be a part of something that's being the first, I think, in life, right? It's almost like when you hear somebody's first record before they like signed a big deal or I saw that movie when it was at the, it's to be a part of something, right? Yeah. To see that growth. So I'm excited. Like, nice. I can't.
Yeah. And
I can't
that's
wait
just Friday.
I know you haven't finished the rest of the days yet, right? Yeah. So after we party and we have our hangovers from the party.
Yes.
Not you, but you have a few more days to work.
Some industry breakfast in the morning on both Friday and Saturday, which I forgot to say for Friday. But our top tier level and our filmmakers all get to kind of mix and mingle in the morning. We have both Buena Vista Winery on board and Mia Carte Winery.
Yeah.
We'll be hosting breakfast both Friday and Saturday. And then we go kind of same thing, binge watching in the morning. We have a really funny comedian with Heather Shaw, which I had mentioned. She's the one who looks like Jim Carrey and is hilarious. If you don't follow her on TikTok, you should. She's very funny.
Heather Shaw.
Okay. Yes. So she'll be doing some opening for us. And then we also have Leah Kanar, who's amazing at impersonations, and she's just a riot too. So we're excited for both of them to kind of come and bring some laughs to the stage, a little stand-up comedy. Mm-hmm. And then we're working on a couple more podcasts right now. We had some great conversations this week.
Hopefully,
so we're hopefully
meet me in Napa.
We can talk. So that's another day. And then our Saturday evening is our tributes night. So we have some big names and some fun stuff there. Like I mentioned, I can say it now, but we have Hollywood Reporter Awards Chatter. And they will have Jason Segel will be joining us. He'll also be presenting our StreamFest TV performance of the year. So we will be presenting him with that. Excited. Okay. If you watch Shrinking?
I do. I gotta actually, it's funny. I actually need to finish because are they in season 2? They're not in season 2 yet, are they?
They just finished season 2.
They just finished
TV
season 2.
Now,
Yeah.
Filming season 3 right now.
I got to finish season 2. Okay. That's what
Can I tell you something magical about Jason Segel real quick? I had on my dream board, my vision board, 7 years ago, a picture of Jason Segel, and it just said, meet Jason Segel. Like, why? I have no idea. Wow. He's just been one of my I would love to meet him. I'd love to work with him someday. 7 years ago, guys. 7 years ago, it's been on my dream. Like, my friends all know this. They all laugh at me.
Wow.
And so when I told some of my closest friends that, like, Jason Segel, they're like, you manifested this. This is amazing. So, Jason, thank you. Thank you for
coming. I got to my wife might not like it. I put a picture of Holly Berry and say, I'm going to meet I just aged myself. Yes. So that sounds like a lot of fun stuff going on.
I know. Yeah. So we're super excited.
I feel like you're probably running around like a chicken with his head cut off right now.
A little bit, you know. It's a small, mighty team, and we need Napa's support in purchasing tickets and coming to be a part of this, because we only succeed with having a full theater and making sure that we, have people here to see all these amazing people.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, well, I think it also helps that you've had maybe festivals like you had Bottle Rock and you have some of these people. So Napa, the city and the county is already like prepped for these kind of things, right? So I think it'll be some amazing things going on.
And then Sunday we end up at Signorello Estate Winery, which is amazing winery.
Yes.
And they just rebuilt and opened last summer.
They did just open,
They
just
And so they have a beautiful location. So we kind of give all the the last bit of it, the beautiful scenery. I know they've been downtown this whole time, so you get a little bit out in the vineyards and see that view with some good wine. And we have 2 panel discussions going on there. One is our Women in Business, and one is our Breakthrough Artist Awards. So those will be kind of the ones who had a really great breakthrough year this year. Some good talent coming to that as well too. So I can't name yet, but we will get there.
Name drop. I need all the exclusives.
We're dry. But, our 2-day pass, which includes, again, all day Friday, all day Saturday, what I talked about, back to back. You're there from 10 to 10. Amazing stuff. networking, seeing the big stars, seeing Jason. It's $250. So basically I say $125 a day or $100 a day plus a $50 for the party afterwards, which is typical here in Napa. And we wanted to kind of keep that reasonably priced. So this first year we can knock it out of the park and have everybody come and experience this amazing thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then our VIP level is part of our nonprofit mission, which I did not touch on yet. So we started all this as a way to support our nonprofit, which is StreamFest Society. We launched that to kind of break into the industry is hard. And I think, again, what I mentioned through COVID, we all wanted to find our inner artist. We all realized the job we were probably clocking in and clocking out of wasn't fulfilling us life-wise. And we're like, why are we doing this? And so for those that were like, I want to follow my dreams and be a director or producer like myself, it was taking the knowledge of me directing and producing festivals for over 12 years and 20 years of doing event production and being like, oh, okay, it's literally kind of the same thing as directing a film. You're directing people, you have your budgets, you know, everything. But when it comes to Hollywood and the industry, it's like, oh, well, how many IMDb credits do you have? Oh, you've only done one film? Oh, so, you know, you have to be a PA over here. And you're like, I've worked my ass off for how many years? And so it's just, how do you break into the industry when...
And so that nonprofit helps to break people's like projects or what?
Yes.
That's okay.
We wanted to create... Mentorship is everything to me, right? You need those people in life who say, hey, this is what worked for me. This is what did not work for me.
Right.
And if we all had that guidance to say, you could make this, you could do this, like, or, you know, maybe your side job of what you're doing is probably, you know, like, just
stick to your day job. Stick to your day job. Yeah.
Exactly. Just some of that guidance. Cause there are people who just throw in the towel and like, it doesn't work out for them, but having that mentorship and guidance is key. And so how can we take very successful people in this industry? And if I had somebody to talk to when I went to shoot my first project, to just be like, hey, give me the tips. What am I missing here? What do I have this project? We're doing this. Like, it would be amazing. So for us, we brought on a panel of our advisory board to kind of be our mentors. And the goal is starting in June, launching our mentorship program, where those who want to pivot into this career in this industry can apply. And then we partner them in mentorship program and partner them with a mentor to do a one-on-one Zoom call. So it's an hour Zoom call with a famous director or, you know, somebody to pick their brain and ask the questions. And we hope that leads to like, well, do you want to come shadow me on set? Because I'm filming next week.
Right.
And then for us to have some money to actually film some projects as well too, and be able to have mentors on site with us and shadowing and getting their first IMDb credits and helping them to do that as well too. And then premiering the next year at StreamFest so that they have their red carpet moments and things like that too. And just really diving into that. So it's a 35 plus is what we say for right now, and just kind of helping those that are trying to pivot into this crazy industry.
Yeah. So I don't know if you did touch, I don't know if I heard you say, are you guys going to do like a red carpeting type of thing this year for the StreamFest or?
Oh yeah. We've got a big red carpet rolled out with, I mean, Jason Segel coming. We need a big red carpet and the media. Yeah. We got some good things going and some fun carpets, and it's yellow carpet. It's mustard yellow carpet.
It's mustard, yeah. Okay. All right.
But it'll be fun. So that's kind of, you know, what we have going on here.
Cool,
lots to do.
Cool.
But
and so your co-founder, and she is the one I had spoke to earlier.
Yes.
And she's, you know,
she's
in Santa Monica. Okay.
Yeah.
And my brother lives out there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds amazing. Like I'm excited. I think, the Valley doesn't know to be excited yet. I don't know yet. You know what I mean? But I am. And I mean, we've been spreading the word. I know my guy has been telling me about it, and
we appreciate that.
Yeah. So we're
it's all, I think, a word of mouth. And, you know, what we keep reminding ourselves is we are creating this curated experience in one theater. So Uptown is 800 seats.
Yeah.
It's on stage. It's a curated experience. We have 800 seats to sell. We're selling very quickly. So, you know, in that sense, once we start naming the Jason Segels and the others amazing artists that are coming to this, I really do feel we will sell out.
They're just gonna sell out.
Not trying to sell out, you know, a giant stadium or anything.
So, okay, well, I was gonna lead right into that. you knock it out the park this year. You knock it out the park next
Yes.
year. You knock it out the park. What is how
The future?
Yeah, what does the future look like? What do you want? So you had your vision board of Jason on there, right? So now let's
What's this
vision
look
board.
like?
Let's vision board what do you want this to be?
Yes.
What do you want it to look like, 5 years from now?
We would like to keep Uptown as the curated experience for all things StreamFest. And then moving this out, there are what we consider, I think we have like 9 theaters that we could potentially build out in the downtown area. And we'd love to kind of create it where it's legs. So it's kind of, in a sense with film festivals, you get, you buy your ticket for what you want to see. So you're like, oh, I only like comedy. I'm not really into documentaries, or, like you have your favorites of what you want to see and that type of stuff. And kind of the same with this. We love the curated experience because you're kind of forced to see something you probably wouldn't buy a ticket for, but then you're like, oh my God, I love that because I wouldn't have normally chose to see that.
Right.
But there are other people who are like, oh my God, I'm addicted to crime series and I want to just watch everything that's crime series.
That's
right?
me.
So we have that leg of like the crime series leg, and here's your favorite podcast about crime series. Here's your Dateline, here's Netflix's new documentary that's coming out, and you're binge watching and doing the same experience that we've been doing at Uptown, but it's a smaller theater and it's all crime based. And then here's another one that's maybe all sports based, and here's one that's all cooking and your food.
So basically breaking
stuff.
it up.
Yeah. So like the legs off.
Yeah.
And then like Uptown still remains like the VIP experience of like the curated and everybody. So everyone that's, playing over here is still going to play at Uptown. Everything's going to always be at Uptown, but then you get these legs out and you could just buy a one track to be like, I'm just going to watch all, this. So that's kind of the future of what we like. And then, we have some fun ideas too with, creating our like StreamFest Juniors is our next step as well too.
Okay.
I have a 10-year-old niece who's obsessed with all the YouTube stars and things like that. And I think there's a way to do like a positive StreamFest for the kids of like what to look for on certain things, but also bringing some of their favorite artists together. And I don't know very many like kids film festivals out there type things. So I think that could be a really fun model too. Yeah. Maybe where the parents are like drinking around the corner and like the
get drunk around the corner, leave the tent. It sounds like the 80s.
It sounds like the 80s.
Yeah. It's like kids who were raised in the 80s. You drink around the corner. Yeah. Kids go in that room while we're drinking.
Yeah. You guys, a little day camp, just drop them off. It'll be fine. So lots of fun things. We do love this city and, the support already from Napa TID and Do Napa and Visit Napa Valley. So we're excited to continue to build this out. There's a ton of hotels around here. So I think we have a lot of room to grow and bring a larger audience to this in the future.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, is there anything else more? I mean, you shared a lot. Is there anything else you want to think of that the people want to know that you want to tell them or anything?
No, you can follow us on Napa Valley StreamFest, and our website is www.napavalleystreamfest.com. Our tickets are on sale there. They start at $250. Our VIP passes are all part of our nonprofit, so they are tax deductible. So if you need a tax deduction for this year, you can buy a pass and write it off. We love any support we can get this year and just getting this off. We promise you it'll be an amazing experience. I know you might not know what films we're playing yet or exactly what celebrities are coming and things like that, but buy it while you can, because once we start announcing them, they'll be gone.
Well, I would say there's true film. When you go to a lot of festivals, I went to, which is interesting. Kendrick Lamar's had a really big year in music, but I saw him at a Rock the Bells festival in like 2013. And it was right when I don't know if his first album just came out, but he was nowhere who he is today. Right. Yeah. So I'm saying that to say, I saw him perform and I was like, oh yeah, he's dope. I like him. Yeah. But it kind of goes back into that journey. So when you come to a film festival, you're going to see some films that you'll love, some you don't like, but you'll be the first to see them. Yeah. Right. And then somebody picks it up and it becomes a big thing and you'll always be like, so I think the audience who loves to come to these things aren't necessarily coming because they know who they is. They enjoy the process of growing with, people's projects and their creation and their journey.
And I know too, just from like my past experience with Napa Valley Film Festival here, like some of the best parts that, our patrons or people always told me was just like, the Matthew McConaughey's of the world are great, but like the indie artists, like I just had coffee with them. We talked about this. Like some of them were staying at some of their houses for like vacations now. Like, they made amazing friends, and those are the better stories than like I got a picture with Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, I met this amazing artist and they're around and they're in downtown and you can walk by them and say, hey, I just saw your film. That was amazing. And just those artists, it is hard. We're not a Bottle Rock that has like a big announcement lineup and like everybody's booked ahead of time and that. So, you know, as we're building that right now, it's all coming through. We're watching what's premiering at South by Southwest and going after some of those filmmakers. And, you know, it takes time to build. And most film festivals don't announce their lineup till about a month or two before the actual festival. So, you know, we get a lot of feedback of like, oh, you haven't announced anything yet. Or we, you know, like the lineup's not there, but that's very typical for a film festival.
Yeah.
It's not obviously with like a concert because they're booked. They're paying those artists to come.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's coming and it will be announced soon. So there's a couple that I dropped there, but we'll have them all locked here in the next week or two.
Well, I think you're on the forefront of something big.
Thank you.
And it's exciting to see. It's exciting to watch. I definitely will, you know, have my ear to the ground, and I'll be in attendance. And can't wait to see what you guys are doing next, and you know, moving forward. And you know, I'm excited for you. And congratulations.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Yes, I know Julie wished she could be here, but she's down in Santa Monica.
That's all right. She's next to a beach.
She's next to a beach.
In 70-degree weather, you know, probably 80.
Yes. No, Julie's an incredible actress, so she comes from, you know, that side of it as well too, being her, you know,
when she comes into town, she can come sit down and, you know, she can give her side of, you know, her journey or whatever.
Definitely, yes.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And glad to have you here. Excited. Thank you for watching. Meet me in Napa, and you know, more exciting things to come for everyone.
Yeah, hopefully. No, thank you again for having me. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.